Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be about the pros and cons of living in the Northern Neck dorm at George Mason University. I want to start making more like college type videos since you guys really seem to enjoy those types of videos on my channel. So the first pro that I would say about living at Northern Neck is the fact that you have a kitchen inside of your dorm. So most like rooms or spaces in Northern Neck are composed of 6 people. I think there are a few that have like only 4 or 5, but majority it's 6. So basically the way it's set up is you have 2 singles and 2 doubles in each space. You have double, single, and then single, double. So you have like a lot of space, which I really like. Like it feels like, because it is an apartment style dorm and it does low-key feel like an apartment in a sense. But yeah, I do love that it's so like spacious, because I live in a double room right now and it's pretty big. Like you have a lot of space, which is expected when you're in a double room. The singles of course are a little bit smaller because it's a single. But yeah, I also love that you have like a living room space. So when you have people over, you can have them in the living room and not necessarily in your room like cramped up. So you can invite like, you know, multiple people over and you have enough space. Let's see, another pro to Northern Neck. I don't want to jinx myself, but, or actually wait. So if you go to George Mason, you know that some of the dorms have issues with their like elevators, and Northern Neck is kind of known for having an elevator that doesn't tend to break down. I say that, but the elevator did break, I think. I don't know if it was this semester or last semester. It might have been last semester. The elevator had gotten stuck or something. But for the most part, the elevator, like, you know, works. So that's always a plus. Another pro to living in Northern Neck is that you are kind of like in a central location and you're near like everything, like all the food and like retail places. And, you know, Northern Neck specifically has Starbucks in it, which is a plus. Like Starbucks is right downstairs. It's also right by Merton Hall, which has Manhattan. It has Einstein Bagels and Panda Express, I think. So yeah, those are always bonuses. And also Northern Neck is by like a lot of the classroom buildings. So like Robinson, Crew Hall, Lecture Hall is like it's like not even 2 minutes from Lecture Hall. So that's a bonus. Of course, if you have like a lot of classes that you signed up for that are in like those types of buildings, living in Northern Neck is a plus, because then you can just leave like 5 minutes before class starts, still get there early. It is also right by Sub 1, which has Chick-fil-A in it. So if you like to eat on campus a lot, I definitely recommend living in that dorm. Some cons to living in Northern Neck, I would say, it is by a lot of construction. A lot of the construction that's been happening around campus, like is near there. So of course, like Robinson A is being redone and it's near that. So you do tend to hear a lot of construction work. So that's kind of like iffy. Oh, I just thought about another pro. It's also right by a bus stop as well. So if you're trying to get to the metro or, you know, just around town, like the bus stop is like right there at Northern Neck. Trying to think, another con. Oh, well, living with 5 other people. Don't get me wrong, I love my roommates, but living with 5 other people is a lot. Like 6 females in one space, sharing a living room, sharing a kitchen, sharing 1 microwave if you don't bring your own, 1 stove, oven, you know, 1 fridge. Again, if you don't bring your own fridge. It can be a lot. Like that's a lot of females to be living with. And a lot of the other apartment style dorms like Liberty and Potomac, which are in the like President's Park area, which is on the whole other side of campus. They have less people. It's normally just 4, maybe at the max 5, but mostly like 4 people living together, and it's not that many. But living with 6 people it's a lot. So just keep that in mind if you want to live in Northern Neck. But like I said, I think the pros outweigh the cons in this situation. I'm trying to think what other cons there are. I mean, it's not that, I mean, other than the price. I mean, living on campus in general is so expensive. Honestly, if you can afford to live off campus, like in an apartment, or if your home is nearby and you still want to live with your parents, like, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with living with your parents while you're in college, because college is no joke. Like, George Mason already is super expensive, and then, you know, it's just expensive. So do keep in mind that apartment style dorms are very costly, especially if you plan on living in a single, which is also another con. Northern Neck is very, very low on singles, and it's crazy because just was it last week, I want to say, like the first week of March, I think it was the first week of March, yeah, you got to choose like where you got to live for the fall of 2020, and Northern Neck was snatched up within like the first day. Like people I know that were trying to go for singles or just rooms in general in Northern Neck, all of those rooms were gone within hours. So yeah, Northern Neck is a pretty popular dorm to live in. So, you know, you definitely want to get on that, and you definitely want to have like a bigger group when you're signing up for housing, because the bigger the group, the earlier the time you get to choose your housing. Because I only had one other person in my group, and I got to choose on Monday, and I had friends who had the same credits as me, but they weren't in a group, and they were pushed all the way back to Thursday, and they didn't even get a chance to get Northern Neck. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. But yeah, I highly recommend living in Northern Neck, even though I won't be living in Northern Neck next year. Like I said, housing is super expensive, and I just can't afford to live there anymore because the price is like $1,000 more. So I will be living in a suite style dorm, and hopefully I'll be able to record more because I'll be in a single next year, so I don't have to worry about like anyone like coming in while I'm recording or anything like that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any more questions about Northern Neck or just living on campus in general, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.